The hostile environment introduced by Theresa May is really a cancer at the heart of our society, and I think what happened to the Windrush generation shows us that that is the case. The most shocking testimony I've heard about the effect of detention and indefinite detention is as a member of the Joint Committee on Human Rights, when we took evidence from members of the Windrush generation who were detained. And that really brought home the horror that these people experienced when basically they described how a van came to their home and took them away from their friends and family, their work, their job, their way of life, and they ended up in a detention centre not knowing when they were going to get out. Detaining anyone is taking away their right of freedom, so it's a fundamental interference with their human rights, and it's traumatic enough to be detained, but not to know when you're likely to be released makes it doubly traumatic, and that's why we must end indefinite detention. Well, the United Kingdom is the only country in Europe not to have a time limit on detention, and I consider that to be unacceptable from a human rights issue. I think everyone cares about human rights, and people only have to think how they would feel if it was a member of their family or one of their friends who was removed from their social circle on an indefinite basis, how they would feel about that. Any of us can put ourselves in the shoes of somebody who's been detained and the horror it must cause them not to know when they're going to get out. At the moment, the government doesn't have a majority in this parliament. It relies on a sort of day-by-day supply from the DUP. And so if we can get MPs from all the opposition parties and some Conservative and DUP MPs to support a 28-day time limit on detention, then we can defeat the government on this, and we can ensure that the whole of the United Kingdom has a 28-day time limit going forward. My New Year's resolution is to work with MPs across Parliament to end indefinite detention. That's my duty as the SNP Home Affairs spokesperson. It was in the manifesto on which I and my colleagues were elected, which pledged to end indefinite detention. And that's certainly very close to the top of my list of New Year resolutions.